Okie dokie, I believe we are all the way being recorded. Hello and welcome to my graveyard. I'm your host of the evening, the Cemetery Man from Salem, Mass. Always taking names and kicking candy ass. Live in Living Color here with you on Grande's Graveyard. And today, welcome back to another edition of John Grande Unboxes the World. Yes, ladies and gents, it's that time. Of course, 2 months ago, you may have remembered a small holiday called Black Friday. And on Black Friday, me and all the other horror marks of physical media collectors alike, we go on Blu-ray sites and we get cheap horror Blu-rays because that's what we do, new and old releases alike. And Severin Films is one of my favorite Blu-ray horror companies out there. I just love them. And weirdly enough, that night, I remember their site having the sort of delay. Of course, they've had these problems for the past few years. The 502 bad gateway. If they were a wrestler, their finisher would be the fucking 502, I swear to God. But, you know, that's neither here nor there. I patiently waited for this thing to come. And finally, I walked home today and I saw it on the front step. I was like, holy shit. Severin Films is finally delivered, and I figured I'd deliver an unboxing video with y'all today on the graveyard and share with you what I got. So without further ado, I've got the box of doom here, and I've already cheated a little bit. I opened it up a little bit. I didn't look to see what was inside fully, but I figured for the sake of saving time, I wouldn't cut it open on here. I got to say, and just like the last time I did one of these, I appreciate the styrofoam protection here from Severin. Of course, we got a cool little green Severin sticker. It's usually green or red. I feel like I've gotten a ton of red ones, so it's cool to add a green one in the collection. They also, wow. I won't show them because there's a code on this, but on the back of this, it's a Severin Films $20 gift card because of their website crashing the night of the sale. They were like, hey, we're really sorry about this. We've tried to expand our bandwidth and all this nonsense. But, you know, I at the day of, I did knock them, I won't lie. But, you know, everybody has technical difficulties from now and again. I mean, the Cloverfield stream from a couple weeks ago is a perfect example of that. So, I don't know. I'm not going to kick somebody while they're down. It was funny the night of, like, people were making fun of it and stuff. But I appreciate this $20 gift card. To me, this makes up to it. So I appreciate that. And I believe they're having like a 24-hour sale. So maybe, just maybe, maybe there would be a $20 item. I know the Eloy de la Iglesia, his like 3-movie pack, that's like $20 on clearance right now. So maybe I'll pick that sucker up for free. Who knows? Maybe, just maybe. But first and foremost, and I guess we'll just go right down the line in order here. This is one that I had wanted to see for a very long time. It's from horror filmmaker Jose Ramon Larraz, who you may remember him from such films as Vampires and Edge of the Axe and The House That Vanished, I believe. I have the Blu-ray of that somewhere. That's a pretty interesting little flick from the early 70s. This is Black Candles. Yes, Black Candles. A little bit extreme cover art here, but this is apparently a really cool movie with some crazy-ass seance scenes. And Jose Ramon Larraz, he was never one to shy away from nudity and fucking exploitation, sexploitation, and horror. And to me, like, that's the perfect mix and blend when you want to watch a cool old-school horror movie. And Black Candles, I'm hoping, is one that lives up to the hype. I've not seen this thing, but I'm super excited to check it out. Sex, depravity, and perversion. Hell yeah, baby. Black Candles on Blu-ray high def. I'm super excited to check this one out. I believe this was previously out. I forget which company, but I don't know how the features are on this thing. Like audio commentary with Rodney Barrett and Troy Gwynn, host of NashiCast, which I've never heard of. La Dama del Fantaterra, documentary short on actress Helga Lean by filmmaker Diego Lopez. Okay, cool. Made by the Devil, documentary interviews with some of the cast and crew. This is pretty cool. I'm a big fan of Jose Ramon Larraz's films. And for what I understand, he wasn't the biggest fan of this thing. But I don't know. I saw this. This was a brand new release in the Black Friday sale. So I said, you know what? I'm going to pick this one up, blind buy it. And hopefully this lives up to the hype. Black Candles. Awesome little pickup here. Oh, this next one, though, man. This is one of my all-time favorite video nasties. And this cover, this slip cover is insane. Wow. This is really cool. I guess I'll show you guys before I take it out of the slip. This is from the year 1979. I've actually covered this on the Video Nasties special number 2 episode. One of my all-time faves. This is Don't Go in the House. Yes, Don't Go in the House from the year 1979. This is a really cool little movie, of course, starring Dan Grimaldi, who played Patsy on The Sopranos. And then you take a look at the inside cover here, Don't Go in the House. Awesome, awesome cover art, in my opinion. This is a great movie, and I really, when I heard they were going to release this, I was so happy, because there was a bare bones blue of this for years that was out, and it went for dumb money, because I think it went out of print like 40-50 bucks if you were lucky. And then when I heard they were releasing this, I pre-ordered it really quick, and I was like, yo, I can't wait to get this. Awesome slipcover, which is very reminiscent of the old school VHS covers. Of course, at the top, Severin Video, pretty funny. I think this is a cool ass slipcover, and the movie is badass. I'm super excited to give this a look. I know Mr. AJ Zitro, he already got his in the mail, and he told me it was awesome watch. The quality transfer, all that stuff was top notch. You get a 2-disc collection here, three remastered versions. That's incredible, and some new special features. You have an alternate TV cut, audio commentary with director Joe Ellison, who this was the only thing he ever directed, which is a shame, because I think Joe Ellison was really, he does a good job with this. Audio archival commentary with actor Dan Grimaldi, of course, so that's really cool to hear what he thinks of this movie all these years later. Some shooting locations. The integral cut. That's interesting. I don't even know what that is. The integral cut. Minds on Fire, a video essay. Burn Baby Burn, interview with Joseph Ellison. So that's pretty cool. No, I remember always reading that the director Joe Ellison, this was released right around the time that Friday the 13th came out. And he said that he went to the theater of both. He wanted to just do some on the spot, on the job scouting. And he went into this, and people were absolutely just horrified and had this cold, scared reaction to this film. And then he went to Friday the 13th, and people were throwing popcorn and babies in the air and holding on to each other for dear life, having a good time at the movies. And I believe he realized at the same time that, even though he made a damn good horror movie, that it wasn't as much of a marketable horror movie. And it wasn't one that was going to draw like a Friday the 13th and a Halloween before that. But I still think this is an excellent film. Probably my favorite video nasty with the word don't starting it off. I think this is an excellent film. If you want to hear my in-depth thoughts, I did do an episode covering this one, Cannibal Man, and I believe Jess Franco's Bloody Moon. So this is Don't Go in the House with the excellent exclusive slipcover. Super excited to have this one. Next up, this is another blind buy, I believe, and limited to 3,000 units only. So I'm actually super stoked that I got this. This is more of a folk horror film. This is from, I believe, the year 1971 or it might be 1970. I'm not sure. But this is Blood on Satan's Claw. Yes, Blood on Satan's Claw. This thing, I watched the trailer for this and just looked up some of the cinematography shots. Absolutely stunning looking film. And I am super excited to get into this one on Blu-ray high def. I mean, I think this thing is just going to pop off the 4K screen. And I really usually like folk horror, especially from the 1970s. I mean, The Wicker Man is one of my favorite all-time horror movies. And I'm hoping this one, can live up to some of the hype, because I've heard good things about it. Visually, it looks like a stunning film, and it's another blind buy. I like to, as much as I can, I like to buy ones that I hadn't seen. Like, granted, I've seen a lot, especially for somebody probably my age. I've seen definitely quite a few films. But Blood on Satan's Claw is one I haven't seen, and I'm actually really excited to open this. This might be the first one of the whole bunch that I pop into the old Blu-ray player. Blood on Satan's Claw. I'm super excited to give this a watch. Next up, let's see. I think we got a couple more here. This one, man, this was older, and you can actually see there's some wear and tear on this thing, even though it's sealed. This thing has been, I think, one of their first releases. I mean, one of their, first marquee title. And this is one of my favorite Jess Franco films. Definitely in my top 5 Jess Franco films. This is She Killed in Ecstasy. Yes, absolutely fucking love this movie. Of course, the lead actress, Soledro Miranda. I always fuck up her name. I apologize. She's a good-looking actress, a beautiful woman. She died really, really young, unfortunately. But this is a great-ass movie. And Jess Franco, if you're not familiar with Jess Franco, very big sleaze filmmaker, of course. we all remember him, probably the diehard horror fans remember him for a couple of his slasher efforts, because it wasn't his real thing to do with slasher films. But from the Video Nasties is really where I discovered Jess Franco. I mean, movies like Devil Hunter, which is pretty bad. Movies like, Bloody Moon, which I actually don't mind. But Jess Franco was very much more into like sleaze films. He made, his version of Dracula, very sleazy. This is another one that's very sleazy. Of course, I always remember the film Eugenie, of course, with this actress as well. I love Eugenie. I think that's a great movie. Jess Franco is awesome, and I was like, 2-disc special edition of anything Jess Franco, and I love the title, She Killed in Ecstasy. I mean, it's fucking awesome, man. I love it. Awesome purple text and another slipcover. Fairly quick watch, 80 minutes long. So, I mean, this is an awesome one. Also from the year 1970. Oh, I like 1970 the fuck out here. And there's actually, I'm sorry, there's 3 discs. So disc 1, Jess Killed in Ecstasy, interview with director Jess Franco. Oh, cool. They got Jess Franco to do an interview for this. I'm sorry, no, disc 2 is just the 3 films by Jess Franco CD, the original motion picture soundtrack to Vampires Lesbos, She Killed in Ecstasy, and The Devil Came from Akasava. I don't know what that word is, but super cool. Jess Franco special edition, can't beat it. And I'm pretty sure this cover is a little bit more graphic when you take the slip cover off. It's sealed, so no worries. Nobody flagged me here. She Killed in Ecstasy. Super excited for that. And of course, the release I was most looking forward to from the Black Friday Severin deal. This is a film I actually do own already in Blu-ray high def, but I did double dip because I think it primarily features one of my favorite performances in the history of the horror genre, and that's from David Hess, the late great David Hess. This is from the year 1980. This is Ruggero Deodato's House on the Edge of the Park. With this slipcover is badass. The blade is like raised so you can feel the shit. I don't know. I'm a mark for stuff like that. And then of course this cover art, to me, you can't beat it. I mean, this is that's top notch horror cover art to me. The Switchblade, of course, and Cindy, oh Cindy, Cindy, don't let me down. David Hess just absolutely steals this movie. I love this movie. It has an all-star cast. Annie Bell, of course, Giovanni Lombardo Radici, who, of course, went on to be in so many great horror films, whether it be Cannibal Apocalypse, Cannibal Ferox. Of course, Lucio Fulci, City of the Living Dead. He's in the classic The Drill Scene. I love Giovanni Lombardo Radici. And Ruggero Deodato, funny enough, he made this the same year he made Cannibal Holocaust, which is like his magnum opus. If I had to pick a second favorite from Ruggero Deodato, and that's tough because I like a lot of his films, I would lean towards this one, though. I love House on the Edge of the Park. It basically is a Last House on the Left knock with these rich people throwing a party. David Hess's character, Alex, and his buddy, played by Giovanni Lombardo Radici, they get invited to the party, and after a little while, David Hess realized they're fucking around with his friend. He doesn't take too kindly to that, and he takes a switchblade in hand, and pretty much from the rest of that movie onward, insanity ensues. I've also done a fan commentary on the channel for this. This is one of my all-time favorite horror movies. I love this thing. I have heard people say it's better than Last House on the Left. I don't agree with that. Last House on the Left is better than this, but I do still really enjoy this film. I think it's an excellent flick. And I got to say, I'm very interested to see the transfer on this thing, because the transfer on the Blu-ray I have, it's a double feature along with, I believe is it The Bride? I think The Bride is the other film on that Grindhouse double feature Blu-ray I have of House on the Edge of the Park. And that transfer leaves a little bit to be desired. I don't know, maybe they just had a bad print of it or whatever, but I'm assuming Severin will have an insane print. Like, I cannot wait to see the transfer on this thing. To me, it's worth a double dip, too, because it does come with features, I believe, and the soundtrack of the movie. So Disc 3 is the CD soundtrack. Disc 2, Deodato Holocaust, that's so cool. See, that's the feature-length documentary that they made about Deodato's entire career. I am a huge fan, and it was a great documentary when I watched it a few years ago. I don't have the physical copy of it, so now I do. This is pretty cool. This was probably the most expensive thing I got in the sale, but to me, a very well worth it thing, and I can't wait to pop open that soundtrack. I love the film. I love David Hess. I love Ruggero Deodato. I mean, it was absolutely, blind. Couldn't have clicked add to cart any quicker than I did, if you will. So House on the Edge of the Park, starring the late, great David Hess. This was the last movie I picked up. Now, I did pick up one more thing. And if anyone has watched my Exploitation Explosion episode of Grande's Graveyard, you saw that I reviewed 3 movies. Of course, Schoolgirls and Chains, of course, Bloodsucking Freaks, and The Devil's Honey. Now, The Devil's Honey was a movie I watched from Severin, and it's, of course, it's directed by Lucio Fulci, and I watched it, and I wish somebody was here with me, because I don't think I've laughed that long in a long time. Like, I had such a great time watching The Devil's Honey, and I saw that they had a sticker for it, and I was just like, yo, I have to get this fucking sticker. I spent $3 on this sticker here. I don't know where I'm going to put it, but it is quite possibly the greatest sticker of all time from The Devil's Honey. Yo, this is insane that somebody at Severin said, fuck it, let's make a sticker of a man blowing a saxophone into a woman's vagina. This is amazing. I may have to put this like in the DVD case just so every time I go to watch the Blu-ray or whatever, I'll see this. Like, this will be the first thing I see. I don't know why this just makes me laugh like crazy. It's funny, I mentioned AJ again. AJ Zitro, for his birthday, he was like, oh, don't get me anything. Don't get me anything. I was like, you're a good brother, man. I'm getting you something. And I know he's a diehard Fulci guy. And that's when I decided, I was like, let me get him The Devil's Honey and add it to the Fulci collection. And that's where I discovered that they had these stickers too. And I was like, oh my God, next time I order from Severin, I've got to get a sticker of my own. And I'm glad I do, because The Devil's Honey is one of the funniest fucking movies of all time. One of my faves. And this sticker, you can't beat it. This is just GCC. This is good, clean comedy, if you will. But that is it. That is the unboxing from Severin Films. It did take a little bit of a while for it to come, but I'm super glad it did, and I'm happy to share it all with you guys. If you guys got in on the sale and hopefully got your shit before I did, let me know. Comment down below what you got, if you like any of these releases. If you're a fan of, Ruggiero Deodato, Jose Ramon Larraz, I almost fucked them up with Eloy de la Iglesias. Too many filmmakers here in my brain. Of course, Jess Franco, Ruggiero Deodato. If you're a fan of any of these directors, movies, actors, let me know. Comment down below. But that's going to be all for the Graveyard here tonight. This Thursday, we are having Ty Junebug Films on the show. He and I are going to be discussing the Rocky franchise, so I'm super excited about that. But for now, that is all, and we will catch you next time only on the Graveyard. Too Sweet Peace. We'll catch you next time.